Some more breaking news coming in. The police have now learned that all three accused were at a bar consuming liquor before they committed the crime. Meanwhile, the cops are also probing whether they were under the influence of any drugs at the time. We have Mr. Sanjay Sai, former IPS officer, with us on the broadcast. Mr. Sanjay Sai, whether the accused were now consuming liquor, they were consuming any sort of drugs, how really will this impact the investigation, if in any way?
I don't think that is going to impact the investigation in any manner whatsoever. What will impact the investigation is their capability to pull in their resources and get all technical and material evidence in place. That these three people were drunk, I think it adds to the crime. And the other factor which is there is that that area is literally known for rampant drug abuse. Hampi is a well-known international tourist location, and if I remember correctly, it's around 30 years back when I was superintendent of police in the adjoining Raichur district. So issues were cropping up then also. There was also a proposal that we start with something called a tourist police. How much and where it has reached, I have absolutely no idea. So what is very important in this that Sanapur and that lake, it is pretty known for decades together, and tourists come there on a regular basis for stargazing, playing music, and that whole locale is pretty nice, and when it is moonlit and all that, that attracts large number of tourists. I fail to understand why there was no police presence there, why there was no regular patrolling. These are known locations, and why there were no CCTVs. Now, CCTVs are there not for any fanciful or decorative purpose. It is primarily put because that becomes the extended arm of the police. We can call it the extended vision capability of the police, and it also has analytics which can throw up that there is a clash happening or anything which you put as the business logic. In most of the cases which you are seeing here, I think we don't find this capability there where huge amount of investment has happened. And we find this literally in variety of cases. Now, this is why it is so scary is that three people come on their own and they literally play around with these people. So you segregate men and women. You thrash these guys, throw them into the Tumbhadra left bank canal. Two fellows were able to swim back, and one person from Odisha died. Then they gang rape the woman, they rob the woman, they push off. I think this whole exercise takes a huge amount of time. So the turnaround time of the police with CCTV, with technology, with local communication, informers and all that is not sufficient enough to ward off the crime that is most critical. Post the crime, two people were nabbed. I don't know exactly at what time they were nabbed, but the other third guy was supposed to be the kingpin of this whole exercise. So he disappeared into oblivion only to get caught after 2 days or 3 days. Now I think Billy has been talking about that the police is doing background check and variety of other things. We have something called a National Crime and Criminal Database, and this whole project started way back, I think, in the year 2010. So checking up on somebody's database with regards to his criminal activities, you will get straight away. So that should not be a very big problem. And it is not limited to this one person, two persons. All these three persons you can find in your database. It can also happen that anything associated to that. So what I intend to say that ground level policing has taken a back seat. The capability of technical resources for which we have already invested, so that is not delivering results. And we are primarily getting into 100% only physical level sort of an investigation. But may it be as it is. If we take all these drawbacks and lacunas also into consideration, they have done a job by which they have been able to get these people. I presume they have all the scientific evidence in place with regards to rape and other of these crimes, and that should be sufficient enough to charge sheet the case. The earlier they charge it, the better it is, and take it through the judicial scrutiny and the judicial trial. And I hope that the prosecutors on our side play their role and they are able to get conviction in this case. Because see what is happening, there have been I think some 22 odd cases of rape, 25 odd cases of rape in 2022 as per with foreign nationals as per NCRB data. And out of that, there are cases in Karnataka also. Of the 147 cases against foreign nationals 2022, 28 came from Karnataka. So the fact is that there are large number of tourists who come to Karnataka at variety of locations, Mysore, Kodagu, Hampi, and lots of other places. So we should appear. Appear means we should literally be a tourist-friendly place.
Yes. Okay. All right, Mrs. Sai, we have some more news coming in. According to the police, it was the third accused, Sharana Basavaraju Nayak, who led his two associates to